Peggy 3.
Hi there MotoGP fans, welcome to the channel. You are here with the Architect, and what you've just seen there is the official trailer from Milestone for the new MotoGP 21 game. The link is in the description, guys, if you want to go and watch that. But that was the official trailer from the official Milestone website for the MotoGP 21 game. Very excited from the announcement yesterday, February the 18th, to come across that. I was seriously surprised when it popped up in my social feeds, but we was expecting it. So the announcement is that MotoGP 21 will be released on the 22nd of April 2021. So in terms of the trailer then, it was an epic trailer. I couldn't see much of it, if I'm honest. It went very quickly, but I think in this video let's go and take a little bit more of a deeper dive into some of the features and changes that we're expecting to see in this game. So to start off with, let's look at the front cover. The front cover, the only bugbear I've got with the front cover of the game is that Marquez is right on the front. I've not got anything against Marc Marquez, absolutely nothing against Marc Marquez, but Joan Mir is the champion. I think he should have been in first position where Marquez is on that front cover. Done. That's my bugbear for the front cover. Other than that, it's nice, it's clean, and it's very presentable. Well done, Milestone. So what else have we got? So the platforms it's supporting, it is supporting all platforms, including some of the older platforms as well. It's got the next gen consoles there as well. They're the Xbox Series X and PS5 is going to be supported, as well as Nintendo Switch, and it's going up on Steam as well and Epic Games Store. So all of the platforms that we anticipated it would support. Really good to see that they're still supporting Xbox One, PS4 with this game as well. Although I believe, guys, that you will need to buy the specific game for your particular console. Okay, so just be aware of that when you place your order for this game, guys. Make sure you order it for your console. So moving down then, the historical season, really good to hear that the historical season is still there. That's not going away anytime soon. Not sure what changes they're putting in here. They may be adding a few more riders to this historical season, more tracks. It's good to see that it's still here. It's not going anywhere. We do like the historic mode and the historical riders, so really good to see that that's still staying. So moving down, managerial career then. Let's have a look what it says here. So it's basically saying there's going to be more emphasis in the career mode, going down to a deeper level. You choose your personal manager, you're choosing your chief engineer and your data analyst, and they will make the choices for you to enable you to obtain the best contract and to develop your bike even better. I'm glad to see that that's staying and they're not changing that. So it'd be interesting to see what emphasis they put into the managerial career game, and have a look what level they go down to in that. But so from that, I'm not sure what changes they're making to this, but it'd be interesting to see. What I'd really like to see is, from a graphical perspective, that they do something with the paddock, because the paddock now is looking old and dated. So I hope they do something with that and make it look a bit more modern and up to date. So moving down into tyre wear, control your riding style. I think they're just going to increase the tyre wear dynamics and the physics in this area. Your tyre wear, from what I'm seeing on this screen, is potentially going to have more of an impact. It's going to be more sensitive to your riding style. so that'll be interesting to see. We might have to calm down our riding styles a little bit if we're going to ensure that we get the best out of these tyres, but it'll be really interesting to see how they bring that into the game and how it affects our individual riding styles and our bike setup. So looking forward to seeing that. So I don't think there's any change here, it doesn't look like it. So looking at this, they introduced the fuel levels in the last game. You know, we have to manage our fuel, and I don't think there's any change here. It doesn't look like there's any change to me here. We're still going to have to manage our fuel. Brake temperature, oh, now this for me it is fantastic. Anything to do with the setup where we can really start to tailor how our bike feels and how it rides and how it corners is fantastic for me. Introducing brake temperature into this game is going to be really good. I'm really looking forward to seeing this. In the current game as it stands today, I typically only use the smaller discs when it's raining. Other than that, if it's a dry track, I'm using the carbon discs, the big discs. The only feel you get for me is that you're able to stop sooner and sharper with the bigger discs, and the smaller discs are a little bit more lenient and forgiving. Absolutely you need it in the rain, but I guess for you guys who carry more corner speed, you may choose the smaller discs as well. But for an heavy breaker like myself, it's going to be really interesting to see whereabouts on the track your discs are reaching their optimum temperatures, and actually, is it a smaller disc that you need on some of the dry, more sweeping tracks? Is that going to be a better disc because you know it's at the optimum temperature, operating temperature? So that's going to be fantastic to see. I'm really looking forward to seeing that in this game. Moving on to bike suspension. I've been ranting about this. The manual setup now is quite dated, and I think it needs an overhaul. Improving the bike suspension for me is music to my ears, guys. I'm really looking forward to seeing this one as well. I don't know what they're doing to it. I don't know how they're going to make it look. What I'd really like to see is some of the metrics, some of the data around the setup. So, for example, brake and trail. I want to be able to see how many millimeters of trail I've got and what percentage of rate I'm carrying. I want to be able to see the impact of changing that is. So those kind of things. So bike suspension is going to be really interesting to see what they do here. So looking forward to this specifically, the manual setup. I do go quite deep into that. I love the manual setup. I share all my setups with you guys as well. Bike retrieval, every second counts. Forget automatic respawns. If you fall, you must get up and get back on your bike as fast as possible. Never lose control. Well, you've probably lost control if you're picking your bike up anyway. But yeah, I think this is going to be a welcome addition. A lot of people have been wanting this. It just adds realism into the game. You will have to be more careful because you're going to lose lots of time here if you drop your bike and you have to go and pick it up. Be interesting to see how they include this addition into the game. So are you just picking the bike up and carrying on? Have you got to restart the bike? How far has it gone down the road? I mean, looking at some of the crashes we've seen, your bike travels for miles. Mostly through the air, but it travels for miles, so you know, I don't want to be having to run 500 kilometers to go and pick the bike up. So it'd be interesting to see how they manage those scenarios. I can only think that they've had to change the way that the crash dynamics work. I don't know, be interesting to see, but looking forward to it. I think it's a great addition. We will need to turn this off for those of you who won't want the seriousness and that realism as part of the game. We just want to get out there and race. You know, I'm hoping it comes with a switch that you can turn on and off, but let's see. It's a great addition regardless. So graphics editor, I don't think that's changing then in this game. It's still going to be there. They've probably made it a little bit easier to use. I hope so. I struggle with this graphics editor, but I'm not a graphics designer either, so maybe that's just for me. But I'd like to see this a little bit more user friendly for those who want to have a go, but you know, struggle. I don't think it's very user friendly as it currently stands, so hopefully they'll make some nice welcome changes to this. But in terms of being able to create your livery, create helmet designs, your stickers, all those kind of things, this hasn't changed. It was there before, and it isn't going anywhere. A neural AI, I assume they're just going to improve this. Anna is back. Well, it never went anywhere. It is still here. It's not going anywhere. Any welcome improvement to this to bring that AI closer to your riding ability is going to be welcome. So a little bit more closer racing, and the matching of that AI to your abilities would be welcome for me. So hopefully they've improved some of those areas of the AI. Dedicated servers for the multiplayer experience. I haven't done a lot of online multiplayer experiences. I did try it a few times. It's rather annoying for me. I think we've all experienced this. Some of the races online just go on there to destroy you and wreak havoc in the game. Hopefully they've done something about that in this. There was some lag in some of those connections as well, but it sounds like that they've improved low latency, reliable connection and high bandwidth. So all welcome changes, I expect. Next gen consoles. For next gen consoles, you're going to get a better resolution and picture quality. It's real 4K now at 60 frames per second, but it can go up to 120 frames per second. I understand. So if you've got a next gen console, if you've got a Xbox Series X or a PS5, if you was one of the lucky ones to manage to grab hold of one of those, make sure that you get the right game for your console, and you're going to experience the better quality in graphics, shorter loading times as well, and just an overall better consistent performance in the game. For online players as well, there's going to be an increased number of online players as well. All that is due to the performance of the next gen consoles. I think for any heavy uplift for next gen abilities, you might have to wait for another year for that to come along, so hopefully that'll be in MotoGP 22. Another welcome change, long lap penalty. Absolutely, we love the long lap penalty. We've been wanting this, lots of people have been wanting this, and here it is guys, we've got it. So this is going to be really, really good, really nice to see. It's going to be interesting how they deal with the long lap penalty. How do you get a long lap penalty? What happens when you go around the long lap penalty and you hit the green? Because it's not going to be easy going around some of these loops. I mean, the physics of these bikes aren't easy to handle anyway. So when you've got a small width of track to get the bike around, it's going to be very easy to touch that green. So what happens if you touch that green? Are you going to have to go around it again? Could be very frustrating. Be interesting to see how they manage that. Again, I'd like to see the ability to switch this off in your game options as well. So this game now is available for pre-order, guys. I've pre-ordered my copy. That will be here on the 22nd of April, I hope, and I will be playing this game. On the date arrives, I will be playing this game. So if you want to see MotoGP 21 content, be sure to subscribe to the channel, guys, and we'll be covering it in depth. Okay? So let's get your orders in, guys, and I'll see you on the other side. Cheers, guys. Bye bye.